my friend Nick Santos.
I blinked 4 times and 4 years done passed by. It only felt like 4 damn minutes done passed by. I done seen how quick life can pass by. You done live, you done love, then cried like mad times. Like oh my, then had a whole crowd.
You just got a promotion. What's up with that?
Yeah, bro. Not into too much about saying like where I work, but yeah, bro, just leveling up, bro. Just trying to see where I can take it. But honestly, I felt like I deserved it.
Why do you feel like you deserve it?
No, just like leadership qualities. I built a team around me. The other dude wasn't cutting it. You know what I'm saying? So felt like I always been the guy to step up to the plate. When the moment's needed. So
Yeah.
but it was good because it's also like more money. And money makes the world go round.
Do you feel so? I mean, you're not feeling any imposter syndrome at all?
I mean, do I think that this is where I want to be? No. But like imposter syndrome? No. Like I never wake up and think like, damn, I'm faking who I am.
Okay. Then like I guess because I know we've been having a lot of conversations around like responsibility, around leadership, around leveling up, and I remember you expressed that. I remember you were feeling like I was mad happy for you when you told me you got the promotion, but I remember you kind of had this contemplative look on your face, as though you were just questioning something.
Yeah, because I don't know, man. When you celebrate your dubs too early, sometimes they fall through, and then that what I'm saying, like I'm always hesitant to be like, yo, I have this, like yo, what I'm saying, like yo, this is mine. It's just like sometimes you never know how long things are gonna last and stuff like that. So like. Even like with the promotion came, 30 days, it's like probationary, what I'm saying? I'm manager in training, even though I know all my responsibilities, it's just to see whether I can actually uphold it. Now that it's been 30 days and I have more of a grasp on the things that I'm doing, I feel like I'm in a position to like actually guide my team and tell them what I need to tell them, but also like I can tell people like, yo, I'm the manager at this spot, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I was at your event, I saw Neil. And I was like, yo, stop by my store. I'll take care of you. But like now I can say that like, yo, my store, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been in a place to make it my own. And I feel like that definitely gave me a little peace of mind on like that hesitance, you know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, do I know if this is for me? I mean, it might not be for me, but I can take ownership of it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Is this the first time you've had like that level of like ownership over your work?
Over my work, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah. I think like in other aspects of life, I've definitely been able to like, practice leadership at least. You know what I'm saying? But
can you talk a little bit more about that? Like what job do you think prepared you the most for this one? Or maybe collection of jobs?
Probably, I mean, bro, I worked at the mall like since I was 16. You know what I'm saying? Like Abercrombie to Journeys, back to Abercrombie as a key holder. And then like I got my first management position at Journeys. They made me like their key holder. And bro, they forced the hours, but this isn't a lawsuit. But you know what I'm saying? But like I was working like open to close and stuff like that, like barely getting the breaks and stuff like that. But that gave me the kind of mindset of what it is to be like responsible for something. Because sometimes you got to put yourself aside and know that sometimes things are greater than that, you know what I'm saying? And not to be like, oh my God, I love this job. Like I would sacrifice myself for it. But like, it definitely gave me the, I don't know, kind of like a sense of urgency, you know what I'm saying? When you have that responsibility, it takes a toll. You know what I'm saying? And not that it's like I has to be like negative or anything like that, but
it's draining. It's still work. It's still work.
Exactly.
One thing I think a lot about, and like to a certain extent, Nick, you put me on to the value of a 9 to 5, and that I mean that I have to say I'm saying this in the most positive way because we exist in an internet sphere where like so many people in this genre kind of shit on the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
But after me being an entrepreneur, I fucking hate this. I do. This really sucks. And stability is far more pleasurable and sustainable. And I guess like, I have multiple questions here. Well, how do you feel about the 9 to 5 and perhaps the rhetoric around anti 9 to 5s?
9 to 5 is not ideal. 8 to 4 fire. 7 to 3, sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're talking about like an actual aspects of time, the 9 to 5 is pretty shitty, bro. You get none of your day. Like, let's be realistic.
Yeah.
But like, work is work, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? To know the consistency of what you're doing, your rate and stuff like that, like that gives you peace of mind. And like, that's also part of like financial stability, I think. You know, like you have to know what you're getting in to like know what you're working with.
No, absolutely.
And like, you know, obviously, mad props to you. Like, you know, taking a chance on something that might not take off immediately, but you have to invest in. You know, it's an investment, bro. That's like, you know, we talk about debt, but like we try to call it leverage, right? Because that's like the positive word for it is like soon. This is just a matter of time.
Absolutely, I'm in a lot of leverage. No, but you know, I think in another respect, beyond people, I think just kind of being anti 9 to 5, I feel like people also don't value the types of skills you develop in a regular 9 to 5. Like school don't teach you much about how to actually work and like get money. College will teach you about your field, but it don't actually teach you how to operate in your field. You learn when you get in there.
Yeah, I think college probably taught you like time management. I think like when you came back, like you were so organized and stuff like that. Like you knew how to create a schedule because you had to create your own.
No, absolutely.
That's also what I love about working a 9 to 5 though.
Your schedule is set. It's good. It's good. It's not. I do have a 9 to 5. I just have extra shit I have to do every fucking week. For this stuff, right?
But that's also how it goes. Like, you know, like these dudes, they shit on the 9 to 5. But it's like, bro, you were working this before you had the money to like put it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's like, how'd you buy the camera? Like, what, your mom bought it for you and you were just talented and blessed?
I wish.
And, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just took off? Like, no, bro. Like, you worked a 9 to 5 and like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out all the real shorties who work at 9 to 5s with small businesses. We respect and love you.
Shout out to everyone working a 9 to 5 doing a small business because in this economy, man, hit that like and subscribe button. You know what I mean?
Nah, for real though.
You know, I guess, and there's another thing, I guess. So, I guess, Now I want to focus a little more on the leadership stuff, because we've talked about having a good boss and having a bad boss.
Yeah.
How do you feel now that you're the boss, and how do you navigate? How do you navigate people management, and like, what do you feel like goes into guiding your team now? You know what I'm saying,
bro? But I see, I'm like, there's 3 ways to lead. You can lead with love, you can lead with fear, and you can lead with respect. Mm-hmm. I've definitely been in a position where people have led with fear, you know what I'm saying, power, and everybody's had that boss, so like I'm not gonna go over it. Mm-hmm. But like I was like, oh, let me manage with love, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just gonna care for my team. Like, but I was also an assistant manager at that time where I kind of like tried this out. Yeah. Eventually, people get too comfortable. They take advantage of you. They try to manipulate you. They see your kindness as weakness, right?
Absolutely.
And then when you drop the hammer on them, it's like, oh, I never expected this from you. Like, I thought we were cool. It's just like, it's like, yo, man, I try to create a safe space for you. Maybe work isn't a place to do that. Like, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn that. Now I'm trying to lead with respect. But I'm also like, I'm always about like feeding the team, whether it's like like actually like, you know, buying them meals and stuff like that, but also just like, I'm like, yo, what can we do to make the store more money so I can get you more money? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, you might not be here long, but like, how can we get it so that when you're here, you're making the most money? Mm-hmm. Because that's what everybody wants, that's what everybody needs, you know?
You want to create buy-in.
Yeah.
Like you want everyone bought in. I mean, I'm thinking like on a basketball team, you know, you have a system and a play style in place as a coach. And if your players don't agree to this play style, then it's going to be a mess. But if they agree, you know, in certain cases, you know, you're going to get the most out of everybody and everybody's going to get the most out of each other.
For sure.
Type thing. I think about this quote I read a couple months ago. It was from Phil Jackson, I think, but it was like, the strength of the team is each individual member, and the strength of each individual member is the team.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, I'm a manager, but that's only because everybody else accepts me as the manager. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If they were like, oh, like, we're just not gonna listen to you, we don't respect you, like, then it's over for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like, I've definitely, like, I think I had the advantage coming in, assistant manager, getting cool with everybody at a ground level, and then being promoted up. I'm like, you know, this is what I need of you. Yeah. Because I voiced my concerns to you when I was on your level of like what I felt was inefficient. And now you see me actively trying to fix that, and you know that's from the heart. That's not because somebody else told me to. It's just like, yo, this is what I need from you guys. Like, you work here, like, you know what I'm saying?
Do you feel you get a lot of receptiveness from the team?
Here and there, like, it took a little bit, you know. Obviously, some people just need like conversations, and some people need to be heard. You know, since there's some people that you gotta like tell them what's up, but there's other people that are just like, I'm like, I can't know what's going on if you don't tell me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like, communication has always been key in my management style. And I'm like, bro, you tell me what's up, and I will work around you, or you know what I'm saying, like, you know, like, help me work for you, because I have no business if you don't show up. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're not gonna show up, or you feel this doesn't work for you, or like, you know, like, this isn't consistent in your schedule, that's fine, bro. You know what I'm saying? I have people who are just like, can't work Sundays, I go to church. I'm like, say that. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. But we come to an agreement. So it's like, then you work every single Saturday. Because there's no other day off. You know what I'm saying? But I let them know why. I think that's mad important. Is always like communicating that why, and just letting them know, like, yeah, I need this from you, but it's not because like I'm mad at you, or like I feel like you're inefficient or ineffective. It's just because this leads to this. These are the consequences.
Absolutely. It's kind of like it's a funny thing, because I remember being a kid getting really upset with my parents, and I'd be like, why do I gotta do this? And they just be like, because I said so. But it's the same thing with adults. I don't think we ever really outgrow that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we're being, especially when it comes to like our autonomy and our control. Because I mean, we live in a day-to-day. I'm a firm believer everybody got to serve somebody somehow, right?
Yeah.
You have to like oblige yourself to some authority in some part of your life or another. It don't matter, right? And being able to do that and being able to have that relationship, you gotta have your why. Or else you're going to feel too controlled, and you're not going to want to be, in some sense, controlled or led is another way to put it. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure. Like, we're creatures of intrigue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you would wonder, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, if I was in your position, I would want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, like, that just doesn't even ring, like, true in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out my mom, though. Like, because she would always, like, if I told her why, she'd be like, it's because of this. It's because of this. And she said it's because the reason she raised me that way was because her parents were like, it's because I said so. It's because this is the truth. And it's like, how are you going to know truth, you know what I'm saying, when, especially that young, with no internet and stuff like that. Like, like, we can't just, like, look this stuff up. Like,
I mean, even with the internet now, you don't really know what's real and what's not anymore.
It's truth.
But, so I guess, I think the next part is, we've been talking a little bit behind the scenes about, your promotion and, this new level of responsibility. I suppose my question now, it has to do with the conversation we had around stability and around creating for the future. And I feel like I'm your close friend. I've noticed a change in your like outlook recently within the last 6 to 12 months. You know what I'm saying? Where something changed, bro, and I feel like you started looking at life differently. Am I bugging?
Nah, bro, I was broke. That shit hurt.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? When you were a grown ass man and you have no money and your parents gotta lend you that shit, you never want to be there again, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was younger, I was like, oh, like classic, oh man, I spent too much. Like, I'm a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, I gotta get this shit together. And like, bro, I turned 25, it clicked. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, all right, bro, enough of that. Like, I can't fuck around, or like, I can fuck around, but it has to be on my own accord, on my own budget, like pre-planned. Like, I don't fuck around with money I don't have. Like, definitely, when you're younger, bro, you're chasing a dream, or you're like so infatuated with the idea that like we could become like the image in our head, right? Like, like we all like, we were all rappers. Some of us still are, you know what I'm saying? But like that idea of like, I could be famous, I could be big. Like, it was just like, it was a moment. The people who stuck with it, I think they've realized, bro, shit takes hard work. Like, you can't just be a rapper because like you sound cool, you got a unique voice. Like, it still takes dedication, talent, practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of shit you can learn, like, bro. Like,
the people who have stuck with it still are the ones who have gotten a grasp of the immense task in front of them. because I feel like you said, when we were kids, we were all really dreamy about being rappers and whatnot. And I feel like we didn't understand the magnitude of what we had to do in order to get to that place, right? We thought it was all fun and games.
Yeah.
It's funny, I was just literally talking about it with Eric before you showed up, but you know how we had those fantasies as youth, and how it just really distracted us, I feel like, from more important things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. I didn't do shit in school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad I have such personable skills. I'm glad I'm able to talk to people, you know, de-escalate situations verbally and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that, you know, labia has been my gift, like that gift of gab. But, like, bro, if I didn't have this, I'd be actually fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bro, like, high school GPA, like, high school diploma, no college degree. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm older than that. Like, now I can go to college for free, God bless. You know what I'm saying? But, like, if I didn't have the, you know, more or less like the receipts, I'm like, yo, I work hard, and I guide people. Like, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to build that.
I also feel as though you are one of the most articulate. Like, I feel like you've always been able, because here's what I'm saying: your grades in high school never reflected like the way you actually sounded when you talk. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a grading system, but it's not to grade intellect.
Yeah. No, that's wild. So I mean, yo, do you feel as though communication is your strongest ability?
Because I think that's what like mattered the most to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the way I was raised, like, it was always like I had to know why. Like, it was never anything without reason.
Absolutely.
And once I was able to like talk my way out of something or make it make sense, I started getting what I want. Even in my house, because my mom she's a logical woman, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, fuck, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? There were certain things I didn't think made sense, but I couldn't justify how I felt at the moment. So I was like, all right, I gotta get up on the words so I can. That's why babies cry, bro, because they can't talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just pursuing it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, like, I never want to be. If somebody asks me why, I want to be able to tell them. So if I have more words or, like, you know, say a deeper range of understanding, then I can try to like get it to them.
No. Your communication skills gave you access to more people and more places, essentially. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I remember senior year high school, bro, skipping all the time. Didn't do my history final. Didn't go to history class, actually. I thought I was gonna do summer school for that shit, but shout out my boy Cogswell. Junior year, he actually passed me, and I went to summer school for history, so I didn't have to actually do it. But somebody had to sign off on your final. So either you had to take it and fail, or I went to the assistant principal. And she signed that shit, and she was like, Nick, you think you're gonna get everywhere with a pretty smile and, you know, talking nice? We'll see how far it gets you. Bro, I love the people I got around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I was just like, but it's funny because I think about that moment, you know what I'm saying, where I'm just like, damn, I got out of the system because I was able to communicate my needs and my wants, you know what I'm saying? And I made it make sense.
No, absolutely. And it's funny now because it's like, I mean, at least professionally speaking, you're probably on the same level as an assistant principal. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, where are you gonna go? I got as far as you did, like, at least, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
I'm a substitute and I don't even go to school yet.
Like, yeah, bro, you know. No, I mean, it's funny. This actually reminds me. This conversation has reminded me a lot of the Aflicciones y Bendiciones event, particularly Alex and Truth, because Truth has spoke a lot about how he kind of talked his way out of prison. You know what I'm saying? He had to be able to advocate for himself in front of the courts in order to get, you know, the various things he needed to get in order to eventually be free. And then I think of Alex Mercedes. You know, my man is the president of a tax business. That's the big homie, right? He told and Toby, bro, love them guys.
I've seen them since they were in the Jacqueline's, like beside the
Jacqueline's Mini Market.
Just a little office next to the Jacqueline's, and now they have this whole giant office. Like,
Yeah,
bro.
We're gonna shoot some pods in there eventually, yo. But and y'all gonna meet Alex on the pod eventually.
Yeah.
But you know, Alex was talking about how he had this mom who he was doing the taxes for come up to him and was like, yo, you got to tell my son to go to college and this and that. And then he was like, yo, how am I supposed to tell him to go to college? I didn't go to college.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the owner of this business of which you employ for our services, and you asking me to tell your son to go to college? It don't make sense, right? And it's just one of those things. Like there's no one right way to get to a variety of different places. You know what I'm saying? And I love to quote Kevin Gates because he's a sage philosopher, Kevin Gates. There's no one right way to be accomplished in life. I made it from the trenches. I had a one way to get. All right, stop.
No copyright.
You know, yeah, it's true. Once a rapper, always a rapper.
Truth.
People never expect me to like Kevin Gates, but he's low key. I love Kevin Gates.
Yeah, no, you caught me off guard for sure.
Yeah, but I guess what we talking about?
Leadership, what takes time. But yeah, I've always been quick to talk my way out of situations.
Yeah, talking your way out of situations.
And like, that's why I've never felt the need to like, you know, like we've all been in a room with people with guns and you with weapons and whatever. But like, I've never felt unsafe. Like, you know, there's moments of hesitance, obviously, like you gotta be concerned for yourself. But like, I knew if something was happening to me, I could talk to the dude.
Yeah.
Like, I've never felt that like I needed a weapon. Like I am my self-defense. You know what I'm saying?
We
like,
have had that debate before.
Yeah.
No, I mean I've done that as well. Like I remember being in like almost getting into basketball fights and then being able to like settle it down with a joke or some shit. Right? You know what I'm saying? You crack wise and elevate everybody. The tension just cuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
So if you feel like communication is one of your biggest strengths, what do you feel like is one of your biggest flaws or lacks that you need to work on?
Probably consistency.
Consistency?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or / discipline, however you want to flip that. You know what I'm saying? Because consistency takes discipline, right? Like if you're gonna do something all the time, it's because you know you're gonna do it. It's like not falling into emotional habits. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I talk about going to the gym often. You never see me there. You know what I'm saying? Kid's looking soft, bro. He's looking soft, bro. This guy's over here looking diesel. You know? He's like,
that tricep, bro.
He's like, I like that little cut.
I'm hoping make you feel better.
You know what I'm saying? But that's not like, that's just eating well and like maintaining your body.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, bro, like.
Yeah, you feel like you can't even do the bare minimum type shit?
No.
Like eating well and taking care of your body, like it should be bare minimum.
Should be bare minimum. Yeah.
I need to work on eating well too.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, I was just wolfing down a bag of candy like before the shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, for
Shout out
sure.
to my dentist. Putting in that work.
That work. He's like, this is what I pay him for. He said, fix that shit. But yeah, bro, like.
Where do you feel a lack of consistency has been holding you back?
Getting in them gains, bro. I'm trying to get big like you.
Like actually, like for real?
Probably, yeah. I would say that's probably like what crosses my mind the most when I like think of consistency. Is just like not disciplining myself. You know what I'm saying? Because like I should wake up, bro. I snooze almost every morning, and I set the alarm for the time I should wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like
I know what you mean.
That shit bothers me, but I don't do anything about it.
I know exactly what you mean. I'm also having this conversation with my therapist at the moment where I'm trying to make certain changes in my life, and he's like, so why haven't you done it yet? And I'm like, oh, because of this, because of that, because of this, because of that. And he's like, excuses. And I'm like, yo, JC, you right. I am making excuses, but I'll do it next week.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And we want to postpone that real quick? Yeah, exactly.
You know, just because we host a personal development podcast doesn't mean we're fully developed yet.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? We're getting better together, you heard?
Exactly, bro.
So, no, I guess
it's a safe space.
Yeah, exactly, right? And I guess this is another part. Do you feel like, so you say you feel like you're lacking that consistency, that discipline to even go to the gym. Do you feel like your mind and body are well connected?
Nah, I wouldn't say so. I mean, realistically, like, if my mind and body were connected, I wouldn't feel the need to get intoxicated as often, right?
Okay.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like,
disclose that as at a very,
you know what I'm saying?
as you know what I mean?
No, of course. This is the reason I worded it the way that I worded it. For sure, but like,
So what do you? Okay, yeah, expand a little bit.
it's just like, if you're not emotionally satisfied with yourself, you would probably alter your mindset to be satisfied with yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's why anybody does it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, like, bro, like I saw this shorty tweet, and she's like, I don't have time to be depressed. Like, I do this. And when she's disciplined, she actually doesn't have enough time in her day to like let negative shit stress her out.
Yeah.
But like also, like probably also takes time to be grateful in like journals at night and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's that discipline where if you focus time to being positive and focus time to yourself, almost nothing negative can happen. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. I think this speaks to the idea. I guess I'm now into this conversation discovering a little bit more of the power of the mind-body connection, because I think so much discipline and so much consistency is founded in our ability to connect our mind to our bodies. Like, it's always connected. I'm moving my hand right now because my mind is telling my hand to do so, but it's on some like resisting the urge to eat sweet food, right?
Yeah.
My body is compelling me forward, but my mind has to say no, right? And that's that mind-body connection in play in a different way. I feel like usually we talk about it like in working out, right? And that's kind of where I even got the idea to ask you the question.
Yeah.
But yeah, our body wants so much, and our minds really have to be governor and take control of that shit.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
Funky business.
Because your body doesn't know what's good for you, but your brain does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it takes a little bit because like, we all have urges. We all have vices.
No, absolutely.
But like, I think my mom was an angel, a perfect woman. Shorty has 2 cups of coffee every day. Like, she's addicted to caffeine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have something. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't make you less than or better than anybody else.
No, absolutely not.
But I do think that like maybe that can be the pathway to how you connect your mind and body. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely I'm all about, people want to experiment with like psilocybin, medical benefits of that and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like I see the perks, you know what I'm saying? But it's about connecting mind and body.
Yeah, I feel like speaking to that, I'm a believer that things like psilocybin have very positive effects for the majority of individuals, and particularly individuals suffering from a variety of mental distress orders, right? Excuse me. But I feel like people should not use things like mushrooms or psychedelics as like a shortcut. Because it's one of those things where I feel like most of the time what we need is to really just be in our bodies more and to get out of our heads, right?
Yeah.
The reason why that woman, has quote unquote no time to be depressed is because like when you're physically active, your mind has to be in your body in order to get every activity done precisely.
Yeah.
I.e., you don't have time to be in your head thinking and being depressed, right? So it's like, outside of doing drugs, what about reading? What about exercising? What about meditation?
Yeah.
I'm convicted to meditate at least for 5 minutes every day, to read for 20 to 30 minutes every day. And it's hard. I done slacked a couple of days this week, but I've noticed on the days where I am consistent and I get myself to that point, I just have a more fulfilling day. Like, I just feel more there.
Yeah, but you have a better mind-body connection.
Yeah, less brain fog. I'm able to just connect with people more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I say to that.
No.
Shit.
No, it was good. That was a good little topic right there.
I definitely I think that's a topic that's worthy of exploration.
Yeah. No, yeah, of course. I'm trying to be mindful of the words I say, to be respectful of, the podcast, but also, viewers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You don't want to push any ideas into people's head and stuff like that. So I never speak too, fondly or like confidently about stuff like that, because
you don't ever want to count your eggs before they hatch.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like that's something we talked about at the beginning, And what's funny? I'm gonna make a promise to the podcast right now. I am going to curse less and eventually stop cursing. It's very difficult to do.
Well, we haven't done it for.
I have cursed multiple times throughout this period?
Oh,
it might have slipped your mind.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
it
it's
was
just so casual. Yeah,
But it's like
classic Daniel.
I clocked it every time, and I'm like, dang it, can't keep. Yeah, because this is funny. I remember many years ago, I was a freshman. I was working in human resources for this one company I won't say.
Yeah.
Right, and so I was an intern, and I remember I met this one dude. I'm not gonna say his name. I want to say his name, but I'm not gonna say his name. Sorry, it was a fly. And I remember having a conversation. I was astounded because, I was like, yo, you're a white dude and you like rap music? Oh my God. Like, I was astounded. Because I was in a corporate environment surrounded by a whole different kind of person I had never been around before. I'm from Ohio, bro. It's different out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there ain't much to do.
I was a little intellectual asshole, and I was trying to make the point that, freedom of speech, everybody should be able to talk however they want, whatever they want. If I curse, that shouldn't reflect on my professionalism, this, that, and the third. And he broke it down to me like, yo, that's wrong. When you get older, you're gonna see that certain circumstances require a certain level of decorum and require you to present yourself in a certain way in order to reap the most advantages out of those situations. And I think at the time I was on my little rebellious kick where, I was F the system this, F the system that, you just want me to be a corporate capitalist. But it ain't even on some like capitalism or like, so many people make this out to be this and to be that.
Yeah.
But bro, there's a lot to be said just for having good etiquette in the right spaces. Because,
yeah, bro.
One second, you just never know how someone's gonna feel about it. Are there any like identity barriers you've had to navigate as a leader?
Yeah, definitely. Like, there's a lot of myself I'm not allowed to show people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it can come out in conversations at times, but like, I can't let it be like who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do like to go out and dance and drink, but like, obviously, like, I can't go out to work and be like, yeah, man, like last night I was dancing and, blah, blah, blah. The music was good. Like, even though like my employees will tell me about their days and like when they go out, but it's just like, you can't know that about me. Cause again, like that builds that friendship that brings like, you know what I'm saying? We can have camaraderie, but we can't have a friendship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's just like, there, of course, I do have employees there that I do resonate with, you know what I'm saying? Like from when I was an assistant manager, like, we'd hop on the game together, we play Apex, you know what I'm saying? But again, that's also a position of me leading people. And you know what I'm saying? So it was like also a team building of you know what I'm saying?
The Apex session was for team building purposes. Guys.
Yeah, exactly. In case the owner sees this, you know what I'm saying? No. But like I say, again, like a lot of team building, but I have to limit myself, and that's very hard for me because, once I start talking to people, like I wouldn't not show my personality. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I'm a funny guy, so I'm gonna crack my jokes. Mm-hmm. And if you don't like it, then I know not to crack those jokes with you, but I'm always gonna test the waters and stuff like that. But at work, there's times where I'm like, oh man, it'd be hilarious if I said this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yeah, I can't, like, or even with like customers, like I have to be like the stoic one. You know what I'm saying? Like strong and quiet so that like when they come to me and they're like, oh, like I don't have my receipt, like is there anything you guys can do? I just be like, no, I'm sorry. 14 days is beyond the thing. You know what I'm saying? Or like, whatever. But like, I have to have this presentation that I'm somebody who's like, not big and strong, but like, like
in charge.
Yeah. Very, very dominant. You know what I'm saying? And like, bro, that's not me, bro. I'm a lover, not a fighter. You know?
No, I get you.
Like,
I get you.
Like I'm all about like, I would love to like always make my team laugh and crack up. But there's days where I'm like, yo, do this. When you're done with that, check in with me.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know, so I always thank them, And days we work harder, I always check in on everybody at the end of the shift. And I'm like, yo, how we feeling? Mm-hmm. Are you good? Like, because there has to be a moment for humanity. But again, not a moment for like friendship. You know what I'm saying? Or like, to build a bond,
No, I think that's actually a super valid point. There needs to be a moment for humanity, not necessarily a moment for friendship. Because I think that, for example, it's like when you're trying to give somebody the truth, and it's a hard truth to hear. You know, you do them a disservice by sugaring it down and being their friend,
Yeah.
versus identifying their humanity and connecting to it, and then delivering the truth. It's two different things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, that's wow. That's a good way to phrase it, bro. That's a good way to phrase it.
Yeah, bro. We tried. Like again, you know, like we were chatting in the whip, and you're like, I don't want to talk about that Drake Kendrick beef. Like, I don't want to argue.
Yeah.
I don't want to argue. I was just like, bro, we're not gonna argue. It's a safe space. Like, we can talk about it.
I'm glad I was able to do so. So you know, the Kendrick Drake beef is going on at the time of this recording. But Meet the Grams just came out this morning or yesterday.
Yeah.
Vicious.
What a world.
Honestly, awful. But in like to this point, you know, I had to deal. I'm in a family group chat, and my cousins are just. One of my cousins changed his freaking Facebook Messenger name to
What, Kendrick 3-0 or something?
No, the Drake Stan Slayer. I'm like, cousin.
Bro, it is not that deep, bro.
It's not that. No, but the thing is though,
For him?
no, it's not, bro, because it's not just him though. He would have never done that if my other cousin wasn't
A Drake stan.
a Drake stan. You know,
Yeah, okay, not Slayer.
bro, on some meat riding, bro. And I'm like, guys, shut up.
Like, bro,
You're
just
blowing
appreciate
up my
the craft. Yeah, like,
Just enjoy it for what it is.
yeah, bro. It's a sick moment in music. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Wait.
sport.
Yeah. I mean, I think on that respect, you know, I think we all desire peace.
Yeah.
And that's why they want to argue. You know?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, one more question, I guess we'll take a break or we might just end it here. How do you deal with the ebbs and flows of chaos and tranquility involved in running a store?
Yeah.
Because it comes and it goes, I know.
Yeah. So when I think about the other moment. So like when I'm in chaos, I think about the tranquility, and like that's when I'm most appreciative of it. You know what I'm saying? When I'm just like, damn, well, fucking yesterday we were just chilling. You know what I'm saying? It was nice and quiet. Like, damn, I gotta, like, you know, it's a give and take. So I was like, damn, yesterday, I took. Today I gotta give.
Yeah.
And I, you know, maybe I might not, like, you know, I gotta process, you know, somehow. But also me and my staff, at the slightest inconvenience, like, bro, we'll hang up a pant hanger, and if the pant next to it falls, you pick it up and the pant next to that one falls, and now you gotta hang up 3 pants. I hear it in my store all day. Sometimes you just gotta get it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just like, you're having a moment of like distress. So we're like, bro, me and this one dude, bro, we're checking off inventory. Puts the pen down, it rolls off. Onto the other side of the counter, you gotta go all the way around. Bro, that's mad deep. He's like, bro, literally he would look at me, he's like, bro, that's mad deep. Like, can you get that from me? I got you. Little moments of humanity. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we get through it. And then when it's tranquil, I'm happy as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can definitely bask in my tranquility. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand when things are easy. Like, it almost makes me nervous sometimes. I'm like, damn, am I forgetting something? So I check my checklist. I check my emails. You know what I'm saying? I go back and I'm like, no, we actually good. No, I find shit to do. You know what I'm saying? So like, I had to create chaos because like tranquility is like not allowed in retail. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, shout out my brother, works a sick job. It's like selling healthcare. Dude fucking hit his quota in the first 2 weeks. You know what he did with his next 2 weeks?
Took it off.
Yeah, bro, he's in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Get to that point.
he went through his chaos, earned his tranquility. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta earn those moments of peace.
Yeah, bro. It's always a give, like I said, it's always a give and take, bro. And sometimes like you just gotta know what state you're in, you know? And you know, like I said, bro, if it's a cycle, like I said, definitely like finding peace and knowing that it'll pass. Shout out my uncle, rest in peace. Like that was one thing he always told me. He's like, bro, it's a feeling, it'll pass. I remember one time, bro, I burned the fuck out of my finger, and I was like, it's a feeling, bro, it'll pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like there's little shit like that like helps you like get over like what you think are stressful moments, but like you realize in like 5 minutes it's like what was that?
In the attempt to try to like break out certain habits, I find it's recognizing those feelings and then letting them pass.
Yeah.
And like again, it goes back to connecting your mind and body, but like having the awareness to identify that feeling in your body and just like sit with it.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. It's frustrating.
It's tough,
You
bro.
get so much anxiety.
But yeah, exactly. I'm like, but it subsides, or you find something else to do, and then you get distracted, and the anxiety isn't there because you're busy.
No, sure.
So like, bro, that's like time heals all wounds. You know what I'm saying? It was like when it comes to like anxiety and stuff like that, like shit that like weighs on you emotionally, time can heal.
No, absolutely. Just to put that
restate,
question
yeah.
on the mic.
Yeah.
What was that transition like going from an assistant manager to manager? Is that more or less the
Was not graceful. You know what I'm saying? Like I think work wise, like in the system, smooth. But like I stumbled around for a little bit. I was like, I don't know how to fucking do this. Like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I work with a good team, and again, like good leadership. They're like, yo, call me if you need anything. We have 2 people available. 1 or 2 should be there. If not, you can't call the owner, and he will pick up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. Because I told them when I got hired, I'm like, yo, what's big for me is communication. Like I need to know what's going on because I want to tell my customers the truth or know when I got to lie to them too. You know what I'm saying? Like. Sometimes a little white lie never hurt nobody. You just give them peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, this doesn't come in until this day, or little shit. Yeah. But like I said, I made it very clear. I'm like, yo, I ask for help. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I need it, I'm gonna holler at you because at work, like, I don't fuck around. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, like personally, I like to like build my own strength. You know what I'm saying? And like be self-reliant. But when I'm lost, bro, I'm lost. And like, shout out the dude that I got this kid working there. He's worked there. He started before me. He was there for like 6 months, and he's still with me. And that kid's like, he's locked in. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows a lot more about the systems and stuff like that. So like, I double check with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, bro, what's up with this? Like, I feel like anytime you step into a new role, you have to ask for help. Like. I don't think anybody's ever stepped up into a new spot and be like, I got this. Yeah, like, I was like, yo, let me cook, watch this. This Superman. Yeah, bro. I'm like, there's no way, bro. Yeah, bro.
Eric said even Superman had to ask for help because he didn't know how to be a reporter.
You know what I'm saying, bro? You got to get the word out.
Yeah, that's fact.
But yeah, man, I think that's one thing is always asking for help and then building your team. And I didn't choose my team, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I'm saying? You don't choose your family, but you can choose how you build your relationship with them. You know what I'm saying? So
you don't choose your family, but you can choose how you build your relationship with them.
So
take that home with you,
please.
Podcast people.
But yeah, man, like that's definitely like I think that's a big point for me was like being able to like communicate, but also like like I said, like build my team, and that's why I get to know everybody. I'm like yo, like actually, like what do you like? I got this one dude. Loves organizing, and he loves this one specific part of the store. Like we sell, there's a specific item. He's really good at it. I gave it to him. I'm like, yo, bro, this area is yours. Anytime you're here, first thing you do, you clock in, check that area, do a lap. You know what I'm saying? So like, he's where he's comfortable at the moment he comes in, and I know I can talk to him. I know where he is. You know what I'm saying? But like building that routine too. You know what I'm saying? But I give everybody a responsibility. Because again, it's that buy-in, everybody, I get it, like you applied to this job because you wanted money. You didn't apply to this job because you love working retail. Like, you're like, oh my God, I love folding pants. You know, like it just doesn't happen. So, but making it interesting for them or like, having fun with it. Like I always I try to make at least a challenge or a game or something like that. Or I'm like, I'm like, yo, we get this done, end of the week, I'm buying this,
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I think incentive is key, but also learning your employees because I can't know what incentives to give if my whole staff is vegetarian and I'm out here buying, steaks and cheese for everybody. Like, I'm gonna look stupid, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing is like, my employees, they text me on their off time. Like, if I'm not there and they're proud of something they did, they send me a picture. Wow. They're like, yo, you like, I did a good job. I like this. Let me know if you want me to change anything.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, I'm gonna wait till he sees it the next day and then he can give me some feedback. No, I make it so like they care, bro. I make it so there's some value because also like they value my opinion now. You know what I'm saying? Because I've guided them with that respect. I'm like, yo, guys, I'm not here to bring fear. I communicate to them. I'm like, yo, I need this because of this. You're getting written up because of this. You know what I'm saying? And I've written up like 2 employees since being manager. Mad cool. Both of those dudes still text me on their off time. Still communicate. They didn't take it personally. They're like, yo, I understand. Okay, like I had a bad performance. I'm like, that's all it was, bro. Like I just had to make you aware of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like that one time we after the pod, you were like, oh, yo, you should have done more of this, and I was like I took it personal for a moment because I was like, I like to know what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? But like, like in that same sense, like I don't want them feeling like that. You know what I'm saying? So like I try to make it very clear, like, yo, when I talk to you,
You try to make it clear ahead of time what the expectations are, so that way, if the expectations are fulfilled, you have a very clear barometer for like how to measure their performance. It's like, yo, you did your job today, you didn't do your job today.
yeah,
But first, you need to know what your job is.
exactly. Yeah. And I thank all my employees at the end of the shift.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I clock out early or whatever, I'm like, yo, thank you. You know, I'm like, yo, keep up the good work. Let me know if anything happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very present in like a, you know, not emotional sense, but like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I try to like, you know, like I said, I make them feel comfortable, man. Like, it's not like I said, I'm like, they don't gotta love me, but they, you know what I'm saying? But I want them to feel like, again, it's a safe space, bro. When every like workspace can be a safe space, I think you're just creating a better work environment. So they're gonna want to work harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, my store doing horrible numbers right now. Horrible numbers. I don't take that out on my team. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I tell them, I'm like, if we don't make money, people's hours get cut. So let me know if you have vacation time, you want to take a break. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, because it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I let them know I'm not just out the blue like, oh, you know, I know you're normally 10 to 6, now you're 12 to 6. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just took 6 hours from you off, you know, like, I don't know if you need that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I let them know, like, yo, you should probably expect to lose 6 hours. You know what I'm saying? In the next 2 or 3 weeks, you know, I might not be able to give you as much as I'm giving you right now.
No, 1,000%. I get you. You know, I want to bring back the relationship building part of your job, because I thought it was really cool. You were talking about how your employees feel comfortable texting you, sending you, hey, I just did this, check it out, feedback immediately, right?
Yeah.
What what has been the most challenging part of building those relationships?
And
like
that boundary of personality.
The boundary of personality.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, because, bro, like, I want to crack my jokes. You know what I'm saying? So there are moments where, like, you know, I get comfortable with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm human. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't always be like, manager, yo, do this, do that, good job. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I crack a little jokes. Like, you know, we got this running joke there. That was like, yo, Nick, like, you're ugly without your goatee. I'm like, that's a fact on God. But, like, also, all of my employees have, like, seen my ID picture. Like, you know, we crack jokes. Like, oh God, bro, this stuff. This is saving grace.
So what, in that case, what has been the easiest part of building these relationships and making your people comfortable?
My communication skills, like, you know what I'm saying? Full circle. It's just like, I'm able to break down that wall. Like, I can tell when somebody's not feeling well. And I'll talk to them, I'm like, yo, you good? Yo, I got a crazy headache right now, bro. I'm just trying to push through it. But why didn't you say that? You know what I'm saying?
So you would say it's a lot more emotional intelligence than it is like...
It's not rocket science, you know, they can do their job. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, hang this, fold this, put this in the area it goes. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's levels, you know what I'm saying? Some people are better at finding certain things, but like, if you're not there, I can't expect it to work for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not mentally present, you know what I'm saying? Then what can I do? Like, I got this one dude, older gentleman, retired police officer, you know what I'm saying? Actually used to work in law, good, you know what I'm saying? Solid dude, like, it's actually, we got some funny stories. I'll be like, yo, bro, like, you remember this? And he's like, I worked that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, like, it's like, oh, bro, there was a case over here. He's like, yeah, I worked that case. I'm like, it was kind of funny. Like, I meet a dude who's like low-key protected me my whole life. You know what I'm saying? But like, I didn't know that. But I got a chance to meet him. But that, again, that's besides the point. But he's an older gentleman. He's got his health issues and stuff like that. There was one day he's like, yo, my knee is killing me, bro. He's like, I honestly cannot stand. I was like, bro, go home. Same day, like 2 months before that, one of his teeth was killing him. I was like, bro, go to the dentist right now. I was like, call them, make an appointment, then clock out. Because, well, how am I supposed to know if he's good or not? How I know you're gonna show up for your next shift tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can't fathom not being there. You know what I'm saying? Like for them, but like again, you know, like you build a relationship. Like I know all of my employees. Like I know their hobbies. Like I probably know what like most of them are doing at this moment because they talk to me. They talk to me about their off time. You know what I'm saying? Because we still talk, bro. Like we still work. I don't just like send them on a task and like, okay, do it. I'm like, nah, bro. If I got nothing to do, I hop in there with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what's your plan for this? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what's your plan for this? And they talk like, I was thinking about this. And I was like, yo, personally, I need this, this, and this. Everything else, you got free range. And I give them free range. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got this one dude who's like, he's like, yeah, I did this part of the store. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like he customized it. He made it shoppable in a way that he thought was best fitting for the shoppers, and he buys that product. I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? So like, because I don't know about it, I was like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I'm just like, I can't think about not having that like relationship or like, you know what I'm saying? Like not having that like humanity, you know what I'm saying? That communication where like, I want to make them feel seen. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them ever to feel like, damn, I go to work and it's just like, bro, nobody wakes up and is like, yo, I gotta go to work, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Unless I was like streaming or doing a podcast. But
Next stream coming live to you by at least 2025.
At least 2025.
At least 2025.
Sure.
Yeah, I think I'll wrap it up with, you know, the closing question. Nick, you know, how would you describe this character arc of you're currently going through?
Quarter life crisis.
Quarter life crisis.
Yeah, bro. Like I'm trying to change shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be. I don't know. It's just like quarter life crisis. You know, a nice little tag right there in the beginning of the chapter. You know what I'm saying? Like 25 out of maybe 100 chapters. You know what I'm saying? Or 90. But like, you know, like a lot of things is like when weighing on me. I'm like, damn. Like I think about the past often, in the sense where like I gotta realize that like those are moments I just have to enjoy. Like. Those are memories that I got to go back to if I want to relive them because it's not going to happen again. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we're not going to have another summer 16. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was a moment. And like, we got to be grateful for it, but we can't keep like chasing that. You know what I'm saying? I think for a while I was like chasing that high of like still being young. You know what I'm saying? I'm like now I'm just like, bro, I'm 25. Like,
you're young, but you got shit to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I can't F around anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't just like be in something because it's happening. I have to be invested. You know what I'm saying? Like we would go to so many events, so many outings, just to meet people and then not like them.
They'd be awful.
Yeah, you're like, you know what I'm saying? You're a crowd of like 20 people, you rock with like one or two. Like, I guess that's pretty good odds. But even still, like, the fallouts of communications, you know, whatever. Like
the funny thing is that for some people, one or two is not enough. Like you know what I mean? Like,
they're like, I need the whole room to love me.
We have a whole realistic bar. Like one or two people fuck with you in a room.
Yeah, bro. You should feel comfortable and safe. You know what I'm saying? Because I know if I'm in a room with 20 people and I know at least one dude,
you good.
Come on.
No, I feel it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. All right, brother. Here's the quarter life crisis,
bro.
I'm also there.
yeah, bro.
Quarter life crisis. Yeah.
To be honest, to the public eye, all they saw was kisses and hugs. But behind closed doors, you talk shit all the times. Now you trapped up in my rhyme, got me writing all the time. Hoping over time I can heal myself. Now over time I just hurt myself, so I just